Greetings, YouTube. I'm having a little bit hard time today coming up with a video for this week's RPG topic. So, I thought I would put a random number generator at our disposal. I have a shelf over here. It's got 45 RPG books on it. Actually, it's got a little more than that, but it's got 45 actually on the shelf properly. I have a couple sitting on top. Knocking dice on the floor. So I'm going to roll a number between 1 and 45. We're going to grab that book. We're going to open it up to a random page and see what happens for inspiration. So random number generator. It's set for either 1 to 45 and hit generate. And it's 34. Alrighty. So 34. Where did the die go? There's the die. Oh, I dropped 2 dice. I don't know where the other one went. I'll find it. So 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 34. Is that 34? I think it was 34. Sorry. Yes, 34. Alrighty. The book that we have landed on is the 3.5 D&D book, Complete Champion. A Player's Guide to Divine Heroes by Ed Stark, Chris Thomason, Ari Marmel, Rian Love, and Gary Astleford. I never really looked at those names before. So we're going to open this up. I'm going to keep my eyes closed. And we have fallen upon new spells. Excellent new spells. So we're going to go to the new spell section. And the new spell section. We'll open up to this and we're just going to go. Here, 7th level spell, Rejuvenating Light. Touched objects that light undead nearby take 1d6 per round positive energy damage, while living creatures gain fast healing 1. That sounds okay. It's a 7th level spell though, man. So you get an object that's touched. I'm assuming the object can either be mobile or stationary. Mobile or stationary. Undone nearby take damage, but it gives positive energy, while living creatures gain fast healing 1. I gotta be honest. It doesn't sound great for a 7th level spell. It doesn't thrill me in the least. That seems like a 5th level spell to me, but I've often found that there are spells that make no sense to me. For example, the animated object spell, those are very poorly done in my book. They don't seem to have the oomph that they really need to be as useful as the game would dictate they be. I mean, you really just like turn this table into like an object that can attack people. That's really darn cool. But I never saw them used in a very cinematic way. And this, to me, just seems really underpowered. So yeah, I kind of like the idea that you've come up with so far, but I don't really like the execution. So we're going to try a different page. Okay, we have Prestige Class. I'm not a huge fan of Prestige classes, I should be honest. I'm much more appreciative of the archetypes that they used in Pathfinder. So that you can build your character from first level to be who you want while still maintaining the 20 level build, so you get your per level bonus. I think it dilutes the character's class less. You add like some racial options in there, and then I think you really can you have a lot of flexibility without losing any of the power that you sometimes can by taking a prestige class. But let's look up with the Fist of the Forest. For some among the guardians of the green, see page 68, the pursuit of an animalistic lifestyle is a form of aestheticism. A feral disposition seems to come naturally to others. In either case, the result is a powerful defender of nature, the Fist of the Forest. You have to become the two classes seem to have little in common. The path of the monk and the barbarian often converge in the Fist of the Forest. Monks and other disciplined characters seek heightened connections with nature through a primal devotion to its defense. Barbarians and other wild characters seem to simply end up on this path they are fated for. They are fated for. So yeah, I can see how you come from that. You could arrive at this from two different angles. That kind of makes sense to me. Got every entry requirement. You got to be able to have a decent attack bonus. You got to have handle animal and survival, both at 4 rank 4. That seems very barbarian centric and much less monk centric to me. Then feats are great fortitude, improved unarmed strike, and power attack. Again, great fortitude sounds barbarian. Unarmed combat, unarmed strike, you get that as a freebie as a monk. And then power attack. And power attack has never been one I really loved on either, but you can pick it up from other class, and that makes sense. So yeah, they're definitely going to be having to come from first level to become this prestige class. This is not something I think you're just going to like on a whim decide that you're going to do this. The character in the world may say that I just kind of drifted this way, but you're going to be designing this from level 1. You also have to gain approval as a Fist of the Forest by the leaders of a band of Guardians of the Green, then adopt the lifestyle of an animal. See Primal Living below. Alrighty, so it's only 3-level prestige class. It is die 10, so that's pretty good. If you're a monk, and a drop down if you're a barbarian, you're losing, going from a D20, D12 to a D10. 3 levels, base attack, it's +1, +2, +3, so it's a full BAB. Saving throws are strong fort and reflex, bad will, that kind of makes sense. You end up with 331. Your unarmed damage is going to be die 8 for 1 and 2, and die 10 for on level 3. If you're a monk, you may have already exceeded that by the time you go into this. If you're a barbarian, then that's going to be a distinct improvement. And you get 2 class skills, just 2 plus intelligence per level. Nothing should be less than 4. Nothing. That's absurd. Climb, handle animals, intimidate, jump, listen, move silently, sense motive, spot, survival, and swim. Alrighty, so your class features are you get a bonus to your AC if you're unarmored. And you treat your constitution bonus if equal to, so it's a bonus, but it's tied to your constitution bonus. That's interesting. That makes perfect sense if you're a barbarian, and it could be interesting if you are doing kind of a sumo style tough over dexterous build for a monk. I kind of like that. Fast movement. Your land speed is faster than the norm for your race, so the barbarian class feature, if you already have fast movement from another class, the bonus is your speed stack. Okay, that's good. Both of those classes do get a bonus to speed, so you're not losing really anything there. That's cool. Feral Trance. Once per day, you can enter a feral battle trance. While you're in this state, the raw power of the beast flows through you. Your hands and feet become claw-like, destroying any shoes or gloves you are wearing. Make sure you're not wearing anything magical. And your teeth lengthen and grow pointed. For the duration of the trance, you gain a +4 bonus to dexterity and a +2 bonus on damage rolls with your unarmed strikes. You can also make 1 bite attack or per round as your heightened attack bonus whenever you attack as a full round action. The damage for the attack is a 1d6 plus your strength modifier, regardless of your size. Regardless of your size? That doesn't make sense. If you're a large creature or a small creature, okay. A feral trance lasts for a number of rounds equal to 3 plus your con modifier. It's kind of like the barbarian's rage. While in the trance, you cannot perform certain actions, and afterward you are fatigued, a lot like the barbarian's rage. These restrictions are the same as those for the barbarian rage class feature. If you have the ability to enter a rage, you can do so while in a feral trance, using your increased constitution score as determining the duration of both effects. At third level, you can use this ability twice per day. So that's intriguing for a barbarian. Now, Primal Living, to maintain your bestial powers, you must live like a wild animal. You must sleep in a natural environment, never inside buildings unless forced by circumstances. Furthermore, you cannot purchase food. You must attain it by hunting, gathering, begging, or stealing. Some fists of the forest even give up speech, the use of fire and tools, and all possessions, but such extremes are not required. In any month you buy food or voluntarily sleep indoors more than 3 times, all your Fists of the Forest class features cease to function until you've spent 30 consecutive nights living like an animal once more, or until a fellow guardian of the green casts atonement on you. That can be difficult, and if you're going to give all that stuff up, I think you should get something in kind for it. Kind of like the vow of poverty kind of thing. From what was that book from? Shoot, where's the vow of poverty from? Maybe it's in the monk book version of this thing. I'm not positive, but yeah, I think you should get something for that. That's a big give. That's a big give. Unarmed damage. Your unarmed attacks deal more damage than usual. As a first level, you get dice 8 damage. When you obtain third, it goes to die 10. If your unarmed attack already deals the amount, increase the base damage to the next step indicated by the monk class table. Okay, so you're getting a bonus on top of it if you've already, so the monk's not going to lose out. Uncanny dodge, you can maybe flat-footed. You must, and you react to danger before you guys know what uncanny dodge does. Untamed strike. On attaining second level, you can channel the untamed power of nature when you attack. Your unarmed strikes you are treated as magical weapons. See the monk's key strike class feature. If your unarmed strikes are already magical, then instead are treated lesser ghost chuck weapons. That's kind of cool, particularly if you're a monk. They deal full damage against incorporeal creatures 50% of the time and half damage the rest of the time. And last is Scent. Getting at third level, you gain the supernatural ability to detect approaching enemies, sniff out hidden foes, and track by sense of smell. The ability otherwise functions like the extraordinary ability of the same name. So that's kind of intriguing to me. I like that idea, and it fits really well into the whole animal styles of martial arts. There's all kinds of different martial arts styles. And of course, my favorite is the Drunken Monkey. But the idea of having, like a crane style or a tiger style and dragon style, things like that. So this is kind of taking it to not just a martial art path that you were following, but you're taking it to a lifestyle. You are becoming completely feral. And I think this would be particularly good if your character had a natural attack to begin with. That might be intriguing. I would give a bonus to that natural attack for this class. While in the trance, you're definitely doing more damage. Of course, it also fits well if you're playing a barbarian, if this character is like less intelligent, so you do the intelligent dumb stat thing, which is fine with me. I get no problem with that. So yeah, almost like you are someone's almost like their animal companion in the group, and you are functionally capable of having some sapience, but for the most part, you live as an animal, being more comfortable with your animal friends and associates. Would work well with druids, of course, and rangers. That can fit right in there. And difficult if you're going to be doing a campaign that involves a lot of court involvement and political intrigue. So this is going to be a class you're really going to want to make sure you're doing lots of outdoorsy stuff with. And not so much lots of urban stuff. So this is going to be someone you're going to have to say, okay, this is what I want to play. This is what I want to do in the direction I want to go to. And the person's going to say, hey, that's a really bad choice for this particular campaign. Why don't you do something else? Or they can say, hey, we had planned on spending almost all of our time out in the forest doing things like that, doing trailblazing and such. So this would be a perfect choice for your character. All right, I like this. I think this particular. I think I may do more in the future, though I would have to do them beforehand and pick them randomly because my shelves are very disorganized and I would have no idea what I landed on or how to count them. So I would have to just pick something at random or ask my wife to come in and say, "Here, go in the office and pick me out a random book, please." That would be cool as well. She could get involved. So tell me, what would you do with the Fist of the Forest? Would you want to play such a character, or do you find it kind of trite? And do you think that this would fit an archetype style from like Pathfinder better than the prestige, 3-level prestige class that's being presented here? Do you think that that dilutes the otherwise main class, the main class you were taking otherwise? But the main class you're taking too much, and the bang you get is not worth the bucks you spend. Alrighty, so let's talk about this particular prestige, because the spell I talked about in the beginning I thought was kind of lame. So let's get to it.